Uh, Greetings and welcome to online lecture 4 on unit number 6, Advanced Air Conditioning Systems. This lecture we will discuss the fourth type of advanced air conditioning system, that is clean room air conditioning system. These are the contents of uh, today's lecture. We will mainly discuss what is meant by clean room, the factors to be considered while designing, then airflow principles of the clean room, various industrial applications, different classes of the clean room, requirements of HVAC system for the clean room design, and the different models, commercial models of the clean room. Clean room is a facility uh, ordinarily utilized as a part of specialized industrial production or scientific research, which includes manufacture of pharmaceutical items, uh, uh, integrated circuits, CRT, LCD, OLED, and micro LED displays. So most of the electronic manufacturing components, the clean rooms are used because the components are mainly susceptible to a certain humid climate, or so controlled atmosphere is required. So major applications of the clean room is electronic component manufacturing and pharmaceuticals. Clean rooms are mainly designed to maintain extremely low levels of particulates, such as dust, airborne organisms, or vaporized particles. This is accomplished by removing or reducing the contamination sources. Uh, Clean room typically have a cleanliness level quantified by a number of particles per cubic meter at predetermined molecule measure. So for example, the ambient outdoor air in a typical urban area contains around 3.5 crore particles for each cubic meter in the size range of zero point 0.5 micron and bigger in measurement, equivalent to an ISO 9 clean room. So as per ISO 9 standard, the 3.5 crore particles per cubic meter of size zero point 0.5 microns are allowable, while by comparison with ISO 1 clean room, which permits no particle of that size range, and just 12 particles for each cubic meter of zero point 0.3 microns and smaller are available. So you can see the difference between ISO 9 and ISO 1. Uh, the factors generally taken into account are the clean room LED light fitting, mainly in the applications where the hygiene is crucially important, such as hospitals, pharma, and food facilities. Customers want a proven IP65 luminaire lamps, which lends higher corrosion resistance and longer service finish. Uniform illuminations and wider light distribution also it provides. And these lights are dust free, and also they are waterproofing. So while fitting the lights also in clean room, the special purpose lights are used, which should be, the lights should be corrosive or non-corrosive, as well as they should provide a uniform lighting, and they should be dust free and waterproofing as well. Besides the other factors which are considered in a normal air conditioning system, like the temperature, relative humidity, air movement, and purity of the air. Mainly the purity is the major concern in clean room, that is particulate contamination, and depending upon the concentration of contamination, the various classes of clean room also designed. As far as airflow patterns are concerned, mainly two types of airflow patterns adopted in clean rooms, mainly that is turbulent clean room and laminar flow clean room. Laminar flow clean room, it provides uniform flow with the help of these supply ducts, so where the perforations are provided so that the air is uniformly spread over the entire area, and the airflow pattern is uniform. As far as the turbulent flow is concerned, this turbulent air, it seeks to trap particles that may be in the air and drag them towards the floor, where they enter filters and leave the clean room environment. So to trap the particles, so the turbulent flow is maintained in the clean room. Then clean room classes are mainly depend upon the maximum allowable particles per cubic meter. So these are the classes as per the ISO standards. So ISO 1 to ISO 9. As we have discussed earlier, ISO 1 allows only 10 particle of size greater than 0.1 micron. Similarly, the other standards, it allows uh, comparatively more. As the ISO class number increases, the more and more particle it allows. So in the extreme case, ISO 9, it allows around 3.5 crore. And at the same time, first two ISOs not permit any particle of size greater than 0.5 micron. Depending upon this particle size, also different classes are there. So the clean rooms are mainly classified as class 1 to class 1 like, and the room air, which mainly contains the contaminated air. So the class 1 to class 1 lakh. So actually these numbers are given based on the number of particles of size 0.1 micron per cubic feet. So for example, class 1, it only permits one particle of size 0.1 micron and above. Or class 10, 10 particles are permitted. So like that, this number indicates, the class number indicates number of particles permitted of size 0.15 micron. So as per the applicable ISO standards applicable from ISO 3 to ISO 8. So clean room classes are mainly designated based on the permissible particles of size greater than 0.5 microns. Clean room, again, depending upon the ISO standards, the recommended air changes are also there. So for ISO 1, the recommended air change means more quantity of air is required, around fresh air, that is 500 to 700 air changes per hour. So air changes per hour generally, that is, if you multiply this air changes by volume, it gives a volume flow rate. So as the ISO number increases, uh, it it can permit the lesser quantity of fresh air as well. So generally, the clean room classes are from ISO 3, so 500 to 750, and also the coverage of the ceiling is also given. So the maximum coverage is required, almost the 80 to 100% coverage is required for ISO 1 and 2, and remaining ISOs, as the number increases, the coverage requirement is also less. So this is another requirement of the clean room, we can say. So the parameters generally influencing the clean room, as we have discussed, that is, first parameter is number of particles in the air or on the surfaces. So according to the classes are defined. The number of air changes that we have discussed. Then air velocity and airflow pattern, either laminar or turbulent airflow is allowable. Then type of filters to be used. In the generally HEPA filters are used. High efficiency particulate air filters are generally recommended for clean room air conditioning systems. Then air pressure differential between rooms. In some clean rooms, positive pressure is maintained. Some clean room, negative pressure is maintained. So depending upon also the clean rooms are classified. Temperature, relative humidity to be maintained, and the facility layout and workflow. So these are the factors generally, or parameters generally influencing the clean room classes. As far as the source of contamination is concerned, the greatest threat to clean room contamination comes from the user themselves. So user is a dirtiest generator, you can see here. So there are various contamination sources available for any user. So the contamination can be, air can be contaminated through hair if it is exposed. Then if no glasses are there, from eyes also, some pollutants are emitted. So beard or mustache, from also some pollutants are emitted. Cigarette pocket, then pencils in the pocket, then magazine, then dirt dirty coat, then dirty fingernails, then gloves, shoes, uh, all these factors which contribute in the contamination of the air. So to prevent this contamination, so generally the proper coat is designed or gown is there, the hood is used, beard protection masks are used, shoe covers are used, and then gloves, such kind of gloves are used. So in order to avoid this contamination, so the workers in the clean rooms are provided with this dress code. Uh, these are some glimpses of clean room in industries, especially for the production of microsystems. They are well dressed up, not a uh, body part is exposed here. You can see this is for optics. Then this is for precision measuring tools. These are some typical layout of the clean room used in industries. So this is a large layout in microelectronics manufacturing. So clean rooms are not only a small units, some bigger, large units are also provided with the clean room concepts. So these are some uh, uh, various layouts of the clean room for your information. So other applications of the clean rooms in pharmaceutical, portable semiconductor, electronic component manufacturing, laboratory testing, some optics testing or manufacturing, then plastic injection mold, military and defense components, biomedical or biotech research, health science, manufacturing industries, industrial aerospace, it is used, medical sectors, it is extensively used, solar energy or alternative energy. There also for testing, it is used pharma, then FDA. These are the various applications where the uh, clean rooms are used. As far as the HVAC system requirements are concerned, these are some requirements from HVAC system in the clean room. Supplying airflow in sufficient volume. Uh, the more quantity is desirable to dilute the contaminants, and cleanliness to support the cleanliness rating of the room. So the supply airflow must be of sufficient quantity, as well as it should be of good quality as well. Then introducing air in the manner to prevent stagnant areas. So there should not be any stagnant area uh, present in the clean room. So accordingly, the air distribution system should be designed. Filtration is the major concern, filtering the outside and recirculated air across the high efficiency particulate air filters. So that is HEPA filters are generally used. Then conditioning the air to meet the clean room temperature and humidity requirements. So accordingly, the air conditioning equipments must be provided like humidifier, dehumidifiers, cooling coils, heaters to maintain a proper humidity as well as temperature in the clean room. So it must ensure the enough conditioned makeup air to maintain the specified positive pressurization. So in some clean room, especially in surgery room, where there the positive pressure is required, so that whatever the contamination is there, that it should go out, rather the outside contamination should not come in case of leakages. So that's why the positive pressurization is required. And then some clean room HVAC system control the humidity to such low levels that extra equipments like air ionizers, because air and ionizers are required to prevent the electrostatic discharge problems, because most of the air if the humidity level is high, then it creates the bacteria. So to trap the bacteria, generally air ionizers are used to prevent the bacteria growth. Then some manufacturing facilities do not use fully realized clean rooms, but use some practices or technologies typical of clean rooms to meet their contamination requirements. Actually, all the parameters are not stringent in clean rooms. Depending upon the requirements, some practices are generally adopted of the clean room. Then in hospitals and theaters, means the operation theaters are similar to clean rooms for surgical patient operations with incisions where the cutting of any body or with the help of scissor is taken. Incisions generally where the incisions taking place, there is a possibility of infection. So the care is taken there. A positive pressure should be maintained during that area so that any uh, bacteria should not uh, enter into the body and creating some complications like infections. These are some clean room AC systems. Actually, the main difference between the conventional air conditioning system and clean room air conditioning system, that is in clean room air conditioning system, mainly the air handling unit is equipped with most of the equipments like major filters, like multiple filters are used there. Then provision for heating, humidification, cooling, all these provisions are there. Suppose for example here there is a mixing box because some cases there is written air is mixer. Then primary filters, then cooling coil, heating coil, humidifier, the blower, then again the second level filters, the supply air and with uniform supply air. Then this is a clean room and the exhaust. So air handling unit is equipped with most of the major equipments. So air handling unit, which makes the difference between the clean room air conditioning system and conventional air conditioning system. In conventional air conditioning system, generally air handling unit, it consists of cooling coils, simple filters, which can trap particles only the greater than zero point 0.5 microns. Such kind of filters are available. There is either a provision of cooling coil or sometimes there is a heater. So most of the occasions, a simple air handling unit, it consists of blower, filter, and cooling coil, that is dehumidifying coil. But in addition to that, in clean room air conditioning system, because there are different requirement of temperature and humidity. So in addition to that, the humidifier, heater, cooling coils, all these components are also present. This is a typical layout of clean room air conditioning system, mainly the air handling unit. This is another layout of clean room air conditioning system where the 100% air is 100% fresh air is used. So for the fresh air, it is taken with the help of this lowers. Then sometimes it is recirculated air is, but if required, if it is used. Otherwise, the heating coil, then cooling coil, this is blower, then humidifier. And the filters are generally simple filters are used here, secondary filter. Then control dampers are used. Then in specific location wise also specific treatment of the air is given. So sometimes some application the heating is required, some application more quality of filtration is required. So the special filters. So instead of filtering the entire air in the air conditioning or air handling unit, as per the specific requirement for a particular room, that much air is only filtered for that level. Because if the entire the filtration, it also causes the pressure drop and it leads to increase the pumping power as well. So the general level filtration happens in air handling unit, and some special level filtration if it is required for operation to operation. So accordingly, the filtration is done. So the air which goes out of the room is also filtered because sometimes this air is contaminated air. So it is filtered and then it is thrown out to the atmosphere. So to avoid the atmospheric pollution as well. This is 100% fresh air application. In some cases, the recirculated air is used, but there are two models. In some air conditioning systems, the 100% fresh air is used, and in some cases, the recirculated air is also used. So this is another model of clean room air conditioning system where the Some air conditioning recirculated air is also used. So the fresh air is made to flow through the filters, then cooling coils, then heater, then fan, and then in the different rooms the filters are used. And depending upon the application, here the filter HEPA filters boxes are there. So depending upon the classes, the class 1, class 2, class 1, class 10, class 100, like that, filters are provided, and the filtered air is provided to the work area of the clean room. This is return area. Some air is taken back, and some air is thrown out of the filtration, so exhausted out. So this is another layout of the clean room air conditioning system. Again, it mainly the difference is that you have to provide more filtration in the clean room air conditioning systems, and in addition to only cooling coils, some other equipments for controlling temperature and humidity is also provided. So that's it about the clean room. Generally, a short note is asked, and one of the layout you can draw there with some important features of the clean room, then different classes of the clean room. So at the end of this particular topic, you should be able to describe what is clean room, then what factors generally include in the clean room, mainly in addition to other factors, the lighting and contamination of the air. These are the factors which are more important in clean room other than the temperature, humidity, and air movement. Then airflow patterns to be adopted, you should be able to discuss that. Then you should be able to quote some industrial applications of the clean room. Then how the classes are designated, that it, what do you understand by class 1, class 10, class 100, like that you should be able to differentiate these classes, and what this number indicates. Then you should be able to explain what are the requirements of HVAC system, mainly the requirements of filtration and maintaining temperature and humidity part, that it should be able to. That's it. In the next lecture, we will discuss the fifth advanced air conditioning system, that is radiant cooling. Thank you very much.